So we got a big one tonight. This game right here, this match right here might be the most thrilling, most dramatic match of the first round. Because Inter Miami CF is not happy. And that anger from upper management, the Moss brothers, Phil Neville, David Beckham, that anger from upper management is going to transfer onto the players. NYCFC, you are the villain of the East. And it's not because you're the most recent champion. That has something to do with it, but that's not the sole reason. It's not because you're owned by wealth and everybody's jealous of you. The thing is this, people are sick and tired of playing at baseball stadiums. Your opponents, your foes, they are sick and tired of playing at baseball stadiums. Look what Bruce Arena said earlier this year. Your opponents believe that you, NYCFC, have an unfair advantage, an unfair home field advantage, because you are used to the smaller dimensions of the field. You can adjust quickly to the small dimensions of the field rather than an away team who's just dealing with it for the first time. Now, is there anything the MLS can do about it? Maybe so, maybe not. The Moss brothers suggest that the game be played at the Meadowlands. I don't know the politics and the business behind that. Maybe you weren't going to sell enough tickets or whatever the case is. People are sick and tired of playing at baseball stadiums. So as a result of that, NYCFC, instead of you being a feel-good story for the MLS, you being the homeless team where people can rally around and respectfully support, you have become the villain. People are saying, when are you going to go ahead and get your new stadium already? We've been hearing this since 2015. When are you going to get a real stadium? That's what your opponents are saying. That's what your foes are saying. So Inter Miami CF, they're coming in angry. And they're coming in to embarrass you. They're coming in to try to make you look like a real homeless team. A team with no pride. A team that has no dignity. That's what Inter Miami CF been trying to portray to the media. That's the image that they painted you as, NYCFC. Phil Neville and the Moss brothers painted you as a team that has no integrity, no dignity, just a sloppy, junky, unprofessional soccer team. That's what they said. They took shots at Abu Dhabi. They took shots at Silver Lake. They took shots at China Media. They took shots at City Football Group and all your other conglomerates that's part of the Abu Dhabi royal family. So NYCFC, how you going to respond? How are you going to respond to an ownership group that totally disrespected your entire organization? You know, here's another catch to this matchup tonight. This match right here, NYCFC, Miami, this is bigger than football, or like the Americans say, soccer. This is bigger than soccer. This is bigger than a mere playoff game. This is bigger than MLS Cup title implications. This is bigger than CONCACAF Champions League implications. This is bigger than Club World Cup implications. And here's why. The world is watching. And when I say the world, I'm talking about European football stars. You know, when you usually read an article and you hear about European stars considering MLS, what are the two cities that they usually say? They say Los Angeles and Miami. And yes, I said Miami. Yes, they say Miami, not Atlanta, not Philadelphia, not New England, not Orlando, Nashville. They say Miami. Atlanta, a team that has been performing better than Miami. A team that is the Eastern Conference face of the MLS. But they overlook Atlanta and say Miami. Miami, this is why this summer I was telling you, you're a sleeping giant. Because the European stars, they view you as a global brand. They know you are a global brand. There is no reason why Miami should be at the bottom ever. As long as the MLS is in existence, Miami should never be at the bottom. That is just no. Miami, you are a sleeping giant. And this summer, you didn't believe in yourself. So that's why I had to tell you. That's why I had to get on you. That's why I was so harsh on you. That's why I was so harsh on Gonzalo Higuain. That's why I was so harsh on David Beckham. That's why I was so harsh on the Moss brothers. Because you, Miami, you were a sleeping giant and you were not acting like the sleeping giant. You were not acting like the team that was hungry. And now you turn things around. So Miami, this playoff is your coming out party. Because a lot of American sports fans don't know much about you. A lot of American sports fans don't even know that you exist, Miami. So you got to use this playoff game in the media capital of the world, Miami, to introduce yourself to the world. You introduce yourself to America. The Europeans already know who you are, but the locals, American sports fans, they don't know who you are. So you got to introduce yourself to the American public tonight, Miami. This is why this game is extremely important and it's bigger than playoff. This is your coming out party, Miami. This is when you let MLS know that you have arrived and that you are here to stay. That the sleeping giant that Akwu the messenger said in the summertime is here. And you're going to be around for a very long time. This is the game where you let us know, Miami. NYCFC, you got to use this match to introduce yourself to the European stars that are considering Miami. Lionel Messi, Cristiano Ronaldo. And even though these next two names I'm about to say, they haven't publicly stated that they're interested in Miami, but you best believe when it comes to MLS teams, in addition to the LA boys, they are considering Miami if they ever plan to play in MLS. And that's Kylian Mbappe, a player who flew to LAFC to watch an MLS match this summer. And Memphis Depay. You know, all four of these guys, or at least three out of the four of these guys, Mbappe, Depay, and Ronaldo, they're disgruntled at their current organization and they want to go. If they seriously consider MLS, they're thinking Miami. But NYCFC, you use this game to introduce yourself to them to say, hold on now. Miami's not the only team in the East. There's also a team in New York. And yeah, we may not have our own stadium yet, but we can play anywhere, any place, anytime, and still dominate 75 to 90% to 100% of the MLS teams. That's the kind of motivation that you got to have tonight, New York. NYCFC Miami. I truly hope that this turns into a future rivalry. Listen, NYCFC, you are the face of New York. Look, I tried to be fair. I really did. I tried to be fair for NYCFC and the Red Bulls, but the Red Bulls don't want to win. The Red Bulls are not as hungry as you, NYCFC. And when I'm talking about Red Bulls, I'm talking about the entire organization. From ownership all the way down to the players. The Red Bulls are not as hungry as you, NYCFC. NYCFC, you are the face of New York. New York City is blue. As a matter of fact, it's time to get rid of that orange. Listen, NYCFC. Orange, it kind of resembles, it's red. It's closer to the red on the color chart. If you really want to keep New York City blue, there shouldn't be any color that's close to red on the color chart. So from this day forward, I never want to see an NYCFC match where the team is wearing orange. Unacceptable. Because orange is close to red. Orange is closer to red than it is to blue. So NYCFC, get rid of that orange, replace it with a royal blue or a cerulean blue, just a different shade of blue. Because you can't say that New York is blue, but then you got a color that's in the red family. It's close to the red side of things. Your secondary color. NYCFC Miami. This is a big one. 2 future giants in MLS Eastern Conference. 2 future giants in MLS period. This is what we need. This is what we want to see, MLS. The big clubs go at it. The big cities go at it. The big populated cities go at it. 2 big cities. That's not only American cities, but they're global cities where every country and every continent is represented through those 2 cities. This is what we want. This is what you need, MLS, as you continue to grow. This is why I continue to put emphasis on big, populated, diverse cities. We need big, heavily diverse, populated cities to be on the big stage in the playoffs every year. So Atlanta, you better be paying close attention because NYCFC is continuing to grow. Miami is introducing itself to the sports world, the American sports world, because they're already known worldwide, but American, they're unknown. But they're getting ready to introduce themselves tonight. So Atlanta United, you better get your act together because Miami's getting ready to steal all the big players that you used to get. They're getting ready to go to Miami. All those popular big name signings that you used to get, they're getting ready to go to Miami because the sleeping giant has awakened. And tonight, they're going to show us that they're no longer a sleeping giant. NYCFC Miami. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, get your popcorn ready because this is going to be a showdown in Queens tonight.